Hey everybody, Darren Cross here. Welcome to Module 4 of Business 400, Driving Business Opportunities. We are halfway through, or we're almost halfway through. We're at the halfway mark here. And this week we are just continuing to talk about the business model canvas and what it really means for your innovation. Okay, so you thought of a good idea a couple of mods ago. You actually have worked through an outline for how your project is going to go. You worked on your initial elevator pitch, and now you're going to fill out the rest of the business model canvas. So all of those 9 building blocks you're going to be working on in this module. Okay. So what I want you to do is think about each of those elements. Do not assume this is a different kind of assignment, because what's going to happen is um, you're only filling out, there's a 1-page PowerPoint template, and you're only filling out just the model of the business model canvas on there. But I do want you to be thorough enough. There's a couple of things that I want you to do in order to help you become successful here. So the first thing is I've posted lots of things about the value proposition, and some of you are getting it, some of you are not quite there yet. What I want you to do is hone in on that. Now, I think last module, or maybe the one before that, I posted a template on how to really develop it, and I want you to use that value proposition going through. The value proposition is about the benefit that you bring to your customer. It's not about creating value as a company to society. It's not about having valuable things. It's not about my core values. It's about the value that that customer perceives in your product. And they perceive it based upon a couple of things. First of all, does that product meet their needs? You have to specifically address that part. And you can't leave it to me to just assume that customers are going to like your product. So a couple of you say our product is good, it's environmentally safe, it's, this, that, but does the customer care about that? Okay, so you have to think about the customer. I've put on a lot of your papers, what itch is your product scratching for that customer? That's the first thing that has to happen. They have to Customers are buying things because they perceive that they need them. So what need are you actually fulfilling for them? What problem are you solving for them? That's step one. Now, why are you providing more value than someone else, another company? Maybe I scratch that itch, but I have the added benefit of this. It's more convenient. There's more access to this. It's a higher quality product. It's less expensive. Maybe it provides safety. Maybe it's, security, whatever it might be. What is the thing that actually makes it valuable for them? Why would they say, yes, I want to choose your company over another company? So refer back to that video just so that you can get that little, I have a little template sentence that kind of helps you think about how to format your sentence that you could say in 1 or 2 sentences, right? You should be able to state what your value is in 1 or 2 sentences. Another thing that I want you to do is I'm going to repost the Strategizer link, so you can go to the Strategizer website on the business model canvas. These are the people who actually developed the business model canvas, and you can go into each one of the building blocks to get the context that you need for that particular building block, and that way you can fill in these things. I don't want you to just give me general bullet points about things. When you're telling me, key resources, this is all about assumptions, right? So you're saying, I'm going to need these key resources. I'm going to need these key relationships, right? These are the types of customer relationships that I want to have with my customer. Don't just assume that you understand what's going on. Look at the Strategizer information on each of the building blocks, and then you can go in and fill that out. Okay. Now, the other assignment that you're going to have this week is actually the second go at the simulation. So you're going to have another go at the simulation, and you are going to do it this time from the standpoint of the business model canvas. So I want you, this is another look at my face. Okay, this is another look at my face moment. This is different from before. I want to say again, when you are turning in your assignments, you look at the prompt, right? So with every assignment, there's a prompt. It's telling you what to do. And I want you to use these things as the headings on your assignments. That way it keeps you on track and it lets me know where to grade. So what are we doing here? We're choosing 2 BMC, Business Model Canvas segments, to use in answering the following questions. So there's 9 to choose from. You just choose 2, and what you want to do is answer these specific questions, right? Now, these are qualitative type questions, right? So you want to go in and answer how this stuff has happened, right? So you want to choose those 2 B and C segments, and then the first heading on your journal should be BMC segment changes. And then the way that you know you're getting on track is you could say these BMC change, or these BMC, these elements of the BMC, they call them segments, they're really building blocks. The following building blocks changed over the course of all of these generations. This one and that one. And then give a little explanation on how each one of them changed. Okay, it's that simple. The effects of decisions. How have your decisions affected the BMC changes? So you start by saying, my decisions affected the BMC segments in the following ways. Way number 1, explain it. Way number 2, explain it. Way number 3, talk about at least a couple of ways that your decisions, the things that you decided to do in that simulation, how did they actually influence those BMC building blocks? Okay. The next thing, explore your decisions. Now you are digging in a different way. How did you actually come to your decisions? What was your thinking that led you to your decisions? So explore your decisions. You'll say, a couple of decisions that I made in the simulation were to A, do this, B, do this. Here's how I came to these decisions. This is the justification for why I made these decisions. Okay? You don't need to go off in the weeds about anything other than that, all right? Assess your decisions. So it seems like we're redundant here, but these are a little bit different. Number 1, what was the effect of your decision on the BMC changes? Number 2, how did you arrive at your decisions? And then number 3, assess your decisions. Do you believe that you made the right decisions in the simulation? Why or why not? So you should say, yes, I believe that I made the right decision, or no, I don't think I made the right decision because of this. Okay. Now here's what I don't want you to lean into this crutch, which is, well, obviously I didn't do well, so I made the right decision, or I made the wrong decision, or obviously I did well, I'm international, so I made the right decision. No, I want you to dig a little bit more deeply than that. I want you to say, I did make the right decisions because my decision allowed this to happen, which was a crucial element of success. Or I didn't make the right decision because it caused this, which ended up being a detriment to my success. Okay, so I just want you to stay on track with this. This doesn't have to be extremely extensive. Name the 2 things that you're going to talk about, and then use these as headings. I mean, I'm recording these videos, and then I look at the assignments, and people are still turning in assignments with no headings. The headings are valuable because what happens is, if I go in, I'm trying to read to see if you're hitting these elements, and then I don't see that you are, but in your mind you are. But if I don't think you are, then that means something is ambiguous about it. If it's under a heading, maybe I can say, okay, I can see the stress that they're making there. That I can see that. I'll assume your thought process to a certain extent. But also, if you use the headings, it'll get you on track so that you can talk about those things. Okay? So it really isn't that challenging. You have 2 pretty simple assignments this week. I can tell you now, right off the bat, you do not need anything from me. I want to address the grading timelines with this stuff. So what I'm doing here is let me go back to me here. What I'm doing here is I'm actually providing you, if I see something that's off track, if it's way off track, I will just send it back to you. And that way, what I'm saying is, if I think that it's going to be significantly, if the grade is going to be significantly impacted by what I'm seeing, I'll send it back with a temp grade to allow you another chance at attacking it. What you can do is you can actually do that. You can take my suggestions. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just turn it back in and I'll grade it. It doesn't mean I think you're going to get an F, but sometimes it does. Like if I say something like, I think you're missing several elements of the prompt, that what I'm saying is I'm not seeing things that I'm supposed to be grading. Okay. So because of that, and also because I try to provide detailed feedback, I'm not always able to get grading done in the beginning of the week. The guidelines are that I have grading done by by Sunday of the next week, right? I have 7 days from the time you turn it in to actually have that grade in. So what I try to do is provide a lot of extra resources so that you can move on without the benefit of my grading. And I can tell you, especially with this, your elevator pitch is in no way going to influence your business model canvas. So you do not need that grade. You need to understand what you're after. I understand mod 1, you wanted to make sure that your product was good, especially after I sent several back to people so that they can revamp them. But after you know that your product is good and after you've had a couple shots at the value proposition, you really are ready to go. So you do not need the grade from the mod 3 assignment in order to do this assignment. You're ready to go. You can dig in. You just need to understand your product. You need to go into that Strategizer website and look at what they're saying about each of the 9 building blocks and use that to guide you, okay? So this is your first try at this. Later on in the class, you're going to actually revisit your business model canvas to see if anything needs to change. But right now, you just need those resources, okay? So dig in, and if you have any questions at all, just reach out to me. Good luck, everyone.